just for my downtime thing, I went spell storing.
Okay, Ring of Spell Storing. That is, let me check the rarity for it. Ring of Spell Storing.
If we do, it's not what I'm using. Right, but I think someone else is using it.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Corwin's got that. Alright, it's rare, so how much do you want to spend to search for it?
I'm going to spend
Alright, I'm going to say that first week is gone as well, basically going around getting these spell scrolls organized.
Understood.
Alright, you want a plus 10, so that costs 1100 GP. And you need to make a persuasion check. You're aiming for a 20 or higher. Okay. Yes.
I was using those bardic skills.
You head out looking for this magic ring, and you spend barely like any time. Immediately, people just seem inclined to get to know you, especially asking you about the fights of the giants that you had, and they offer it to you for 14,000 GP. Okay, ring. You get a Ring of Spell Storing. It is attunement, and let me see if there's any complications with that. Oh, wait up. You get some complication with buying the magic item. Bowen.
Sorry, I don't. This would be interesting.
I'm gonna see what happens. Basically, there's a table that I roll on. Okay. It's cursed by a god.
Wow. Hey, Rocky, don't give me any idea.
Alrighty, the spell does function as normal, Ivan, but the person who sells it to you, like, although you're fantastic and people are kind to you, the actual seller themselves is this like old Uthgard barbarian shaman. You actually go and meet them in this like random copse of woods outside of town. They have this this ring, and they say they're going to sell it. They've got they're a part of the elk tribe. They have like these elk tattoos all over their faces, and they wear like elk antlers on their head like a crown, and just Uthgard barbarians, very common around this region. And they sort of like forewarn you that the ring is cursed by a god. They straight up tell you it's cursed by a god, but you attune to it, you use it, and you don't see anything wrong at all. You don't understand what the curse is.
This is where I say thank you. So, oh yeah, it's all great. Oh, just barbarian, superstition. But I do want to hear the story, so I can add it to my list.
Yeah, they sort of cackle when they hand it to you. They're like, and then they sell it to you.
That sounds totally legit and not sketch at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm just noticing the ring of protection that my name decided party lead. I didn't have to know from the get-go. So I'll just go ahead and throw that out. Go for it, unless you want something else. Russ, was there anything you were interested in? Well, in terms of other things to purchase. Yeah, is there anything on your mind? On your own? The ring of spell turning might be helpful. Keep me from getting all charmed. Let me just say that. Slot maybe a little. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can use the downtime retroactively. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be fighting undead, and then actually we had turned undead this whole.
It's your turn in combat. You're like, what do you want to do for your turn? I want to use my 1 week of downtime.
Those potions on our party list. Can I like hang on to one of those storm giant strength potions for in cases? You know what? You can, and I want to take down.
I already gave it to him. He's got it all. How convenient that he's a dwarf. He's got like all this dwarven stuff.
Yeah, that's what D&D racism strikes again. Should I have any gold coins, or is that just all party? And then transferred over.
Your character was transferred over.
Okay, I probably just written down wrong. Yeah. I have 3 gold to my personal fortune.
Yeah.
About that. Receipts. I have to have receipts. Kresk's literal basic motivation for being part of a party is just so he can have money to eat. Alright, we'll swing blades for food. Alright, sorry, got distracted again.
That's good. That's all good.
It's not a power share. Yeah. One ring. Yeah.
Alright. Lord Daggle actually takes you behind the throne, and there's a small wooden door that heads down to a spiral stone staircase. He unlocks it and takes you down, and it descends very, very deep, well underneath the buildings, the ground, and the floor, and the sewers of Neverwinter. And all the while, he doesn't say a word to you as he holds this torch that flickers against the ancient stonework. And he takes you all the way down until finally the steps end. And you find yourself in some sort of strange chamber. It's sort of shaped like an odd flower. There is an ancient effigy in the middle of the room with these dragon heads sticking out of one side of it. It's like a circular stepped dais, and there are these glowing balls of light coming from the dragon's mouths. As you step down, you see the doorway vanish behind you guys, and you find no way to exit. You are trapped, essentially. To the north, there is a very large well. The actual lip of the well is about 8 feet tall, so you can't really see over the top of it. You came in from this wall here, and then you're not sure if it's an illusion or something, but the staircase is gone. There are these large, ominous-looking dragon statues, either dragons or wyverns, up on these this sort of balcony that surrounds the area, and this like shadowy figure steps out as Lord Daggle like leads you down and steps up onto the dais. They look decrepit, a gaunt skeletal figure. It's a lich. Do not be alarmed by my presence. I mean you no harm. I have no qualm with you, adventurers. We are allies at this time. My name is Valindra Shadowmantle. I have come on behalf of the Lich Lord Saztam of the realm of Thay. There is a A force that threatens us, adventurers. A force beyond reckoning that could upset the very balance of the multiverse itself. Forget your hometowns. Forget your realm. Forget the realm of others, wherever you may come from. This power will undo everything you ever knew. Let me show you, adventurers, of the darkness that is the reality of your world. And then Valindra waves her hand in front of her face. She's just wearing these like old tattered robes, completely skeletal, no eyeballs, just two glowing pinpricks of red light where her eyes used to be. Completely skeletal with thin skin stretched across her bones. She waves her hand and this massive black orb appears over the well. And when that happens, an image appears. Sort of a stretched out sort of image, like you're seeing through like basically a sphere. But as you look into the sphere, you see a place you recognize. It's Faerun. But there's something seriously wrong. You're getting a bird's eye view of the entire north. But the world is tainted by darkness, despair. There is shadowy forces of energy, massive clouds of darkness. All trees are wilted. And sorry, Gray, do you mind going on push to talk, please?
Sorry.
Thank you. A very different realm, although it does mimic exactly how the North looks. It's not the North, it's not the home that you know. Where Neverwinter stands, there is this strange alternate version of Neverwinter. This is Evernight. And you sort of follow the view of this shadowy globe of energy. So, Gray, do you mind going on push to talk, please?
I just have to get back to my thing.
Thanks. This is like constant knocking sound. Alright, so you sort of zoom in now, and you see Evernight, which is exactly where Neverwinter should be. However, instead of a flowing crystal blue river, there is a churning bubble of lava heading through Evernight. Where Castle Neverwinter is, there is Castle Nowhere. There is still this wicked-looking scar in the city. All the surrounding woods have been completely burned and charred and rotten away. And you see, as it zooms in more, the residents going about their business. However, they're all undead, skeletons and zombies, mindlessly and aimlessly walking around the city. You see creatures of darkness and shadow surrounding this vicious looking scar known as the Demon Pit. This is your reality. You're blinded by what is real and what is an illusion. Do you understand? Do you see it?
Pardon my ignorance, but no. Are you saying that is an alternate reality, or is that what's going to happen in the future?
That is the reality. There is no other reality than that. You'll live this joyous life. You breathe the air fresh. You bathe in the sunlight. You're blind to what is really happening. These forces have been brought about by the Raven Queen. She has undone the Shadowfell and unleashed it unto your material plane. The god of death, the keeper of all souls. Your souls are keeping you in the light, but it will not last. There is only one way to stop her. We are going to need 2 very powerful artifacts. And I think you know what they are. The lost scepters of Xanatar. The Exerian scepter. And the scepter of High Xanatar. You are chasing them, are you not?
Yes, that's the plan.
Your fates are entwined. You seek to stop Tiamat. There is no way to stop her. She must be destroyed. Yes. I meant stop her from coming into the material plane. That's what you guys are doing, aren't you?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
All the beer that you ever knew will be tainted and turned into Bud Light. So you see how dire this situation is.
So, have to get the other scepters, you're saying? Two other scepters.
Yes. They are in possession of Zariel, by Zariel, the ruler of Avernus. And by Tiamat herself, the god of all dragons.
I think so.
That is not all. These 2 powerful forces, they have amassed much treasure and many powerful artifacts. There are other artifacts the Raven Queen will desire. You must keep them from her. But if that is not all, I think I'll let you take it from here, Lord Daggolt. Valindra just sort of steps down from the dais. Aye, there's more. You'll need to meet with someone who's requested of me that I send you to him. He speaks of a weapon, a powerful weapon that could turn the tide of the blood war. I trust you've learned a bit about this blood war.
I haven't heard much myself. Perhaps you could tell me a little bit.
There is a battle that never ends in Avernus between devils and demons. They They fight relentlessly. Devils native to Avernus. They hold the front line, separated by different legions. As the demons teleport in and try to push the devils back, vying for power, to take over all of the nine hells, though they've never breached past the first. But that may change. I'm hearing reports that the demons have come into possession of some sort of super weapon. I've heard that it is recent that they have come into possession of it. It crawled out of the demon pits. But you cannot detect it. It's invisible, unscribable. No one has ever laid eyes on it. The only way they know of its existence is by the damage that it causes. Entire legions of devil forces wiped out within a matter of moments as it wastes its way through Avernus. There is much you must learn, but there is not enough time to learn it all. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. So, are we about to hunt down the secret weapon? Get the scepters also?
No. The weapon is none of our concern. Damn them all to hell. You need to go in. You need to get the scepters. You'll have to face these tremendous forces, Zariel and Tiamat. It will not be an easy task. Do you understand? Go in. Get the scepters. I've secured you passage through Avernus.
So we're going nine hells? Right, yeah, we're going to the nine hells, right?
Yes, but not all 9 of them. You'll need to go no further than Avernus. That is not a matter we need to concern ourselves with. There'll be nothing to get back to if you do not go. But there is someone else you must meet first, and he waits for you.
Do we know who has where one of the any scepters are located, obviously?
Yes, one is in possession of Tiamat. The other is in possession of Zariel. Both are terrifying powers. Zariel is a commander of all of the devils on Avernus, while Tiamat is a god. It will not be an easy battle.
As we stay here.
Yeah, I mean, between the two of them, it sounds like Zariel is definitely weaker of the two.
That's not saying much.
That's not saying much, yes. I mean, but General of the Nine Hells is probably weaker than God.
Yeah, notice any god. Oh, yeah, god. Like god of dragons. So. Yeah, just not anyone, right? Hey, that's kind of what I was too. Do you have any idea when we go down there how long we're going to be in the nine hells? Are we talking like maybe months, or can we go down there real quick and we'll be back in a few hours?
Months. Your minds will be corrupted long before then. The pervasive evils of the nine hells can twist one. I suspect you'll be down there and done well before a 10-day.
Is there anybody that you count on down there to help us, or will we be on our?
You'll find no friends in the nine hells.
Was afraid that's what you would say, but I was.
Do not trust any of them. Anyone you meet, you cannot truly trust them. There'll be those that will try to manipulate you. Be warned. When you're ready, we must travel to Evernight.
Do you have any other questions for me? Our affairs in order already. Roman, is that you that I just saw? And you're with us.
Alright. Colin was here the whole time.
Yeah, but before we go, I just wanted to talk to you guys about how awesome we are. So,
Oh, you know what? I needed that. I just wanted you guys to awesome. Yes, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, you sort of missed out on the end of the last campaign. We're in the new campaign now. You'll need to join. I'll give you a game invite.
I'm in. Oh, you know, I'm in the old campaign. Come on. Guess my
Alright, I'll just post a game invite for you to join in Discord.
You're all players.
I'll leave everyone else to fill you in what happened. You can just ask questions and.
Maelstrom. Giants. Legendaries,
You're alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah, there was a lot. Hey, but we took out that. What was the name of that ancient?
Imrith.
Yeah, Imrith. Imrith, thank you. Yeah, we got Imrith. He got introduced to a giant crust. So, meteor showers. Meteor shower. Well, yeah, he gave it to us to mass healing. That's fun. Yeah. Laptop, one of the things is like flying around everywhere, getting bashed, getting up, getting just, stand strong. Yeah.
You should be level 18 as well, Dash.
Also, and I'll introduce myself to Rocky. Greetings, Orf. I'm Ivan Half-Blood. One way of looking at it. So I look forward to having this earnest party. So are you going to become an official member of Brave Force? Force grade. Force grade, sorry. Not quite. Yeah. I'll take that as a no. Forward to you joining our merry little band. I would never say anything like that. Well, maybe I did. But I did say it with only good intent. Getting away, put my foot crust in between me and Rocky. There we go. How tall are you guys? I'm like 6'8". Yeah. Like, like 5'8". Something like that. I'm not necessarily tall at all. Yeah, I understand. It's funneling there. You can bounce off me. Cool.
So, shall we, gentlemen, go and save the world yet again? Carol and then go to the Nine Hells to do it? Make a very good art scale. I'm gonna have to start taking notes. A lot of kids start writing.
I've never been to the Nine Hills. Damn spider didn't make here. Yeah, I'm getting rusty. Rusty standing around all these weeks. Let's go chop some heads.
Yes, I know how you get tested for having killed something.
Well, I'm not like you. Gotta stay fit, you know. Yeah, gotta get skills.
Very well then. When you're ready, Volindra, escort them to Evernight.
Alright.
Yes. Volindra just steps into this globe and vanishes, expecting you to go in after her. When you guys are ready, step in. Alright, immediately you feel you're sucked into this orb. You're teleported, but it's a very dirty sort of teleportation. You feel cold and gross. You can feel like these sort of this dampness just sort of washing away at you and poking and tugging at your will. But as you step in, you step out and you find yourself in a chamber of similar configuration, but now you're standing before a swirling color pool. There are these massive obelisks in corners, and other than that, it's just about a chamber about 100 feet square. There is a bit of a mound and another well, a similar looking well on the top of the mound. You see all these different colors swirling about. You're going to meet the man himself. Good luck. And she just casts like a wall of force on you guys and just like pushes you into the portal. And you just feel yourself turning as you're pushed into it. You just feel yourself turning around and around and around like you're in the middle of a twister, and falling and falling and falling endlessly. And then as you're falling, it just becomes too much and you black out. And as quickly as you black out, you open your eyes and you awaken. Not quiet. Here you find yourself in some sort of godforsaken evil temple. The floor is made from this rippled red brimstone. There is a pentagram carved into the ground ahead of you. You see a virulent looking portal behind you with this red glow to it. It looks like two jagged sort of precipices forming an arch behind you. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of humanoid skulls piled up in the corners. 20 feet over you, on 8 obsidian thrones, sit 8 pit fiends. They gaze at you, scrutinize you. They look very interested in all of you. You can see this disgusting acidic goop dripping from their maws. It hisses and sizzles as it hits the ground, but does not eat the ground away. Looking up to the north, there is a set of steps leading to a throne. A massive throne surrounded by darkness and fire, and you cannot make out who's sitting in the throne. You see only a tiny little imp resting on the armrest.
I'll get the imp. You guys take care of the others. Brave.
Come forward!
Coming from the imp.
It comes from the throne. all the pit fiends look at you and just sort of hiss. They lean forward, knuckle under their chin, gazing at you. That's far enough. Really? These are the ones I was sent? Really? You think you got what it takes?
Someone believes that we do. How may we be of service?
You'll be of service. Welcome to the Nine Hells. Let me impart some knowledge to you. And all of a sudden your minds are hit with this energy. It's unavoidable. It's not a spell. It's not magical. You've got no idea where it comes from. But you get filled with a bit of knowledge about the realm and what you in. The realm that you're in. This is the Nine Hells. It consists of 9 different layers. The first one being Avernus. Then it goes down to Dis, Minoris, Felagos, Stygia, Malbolg, Malcomini, Cania, and finally Nessus.
Did you say Canada?
Yes. So this little like piece of paper starts like falling, swaying side to side, and falls down into your hands, Ivan. And it's sort of burning as you're holding it, but the fire is harmless, and it has a picture of the 9 Hells on it. So, what do you think?
It is a lot to digest. Might inquire as to where we are currently located.
No, you cannot. You are going to defeat Tiamat. And Zariel, I hear. How confident are you feeling about that? Oh, yes? You do not fear what lies for you in the 9 Hells?
Yeah, let's just say I have a healthy respect for what's bound.
Oh, yes, is that so? Well, keep that piece of paper on you. You'll need it. It's a writ of transit through the 9 Hells. If any of the amnesios give you trouble, show it to them. They'll know what it is.
What or who are the amnesias?
They are the gatekeepers of the River Styx. You'll encounter some of them. Make sure you stay on their good side. You'll know them when you see them.
They look like? How we know it's them?
You'll know. I'm not here to answer your question. I just wanted to give you that. And let it be known that you have passage through Avernus, but only Avernus. Very well then. You better get to it. Chop chop. You can step through that portal. Or if you think you're ready. The only portal in the room.
What is this one? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Time like now.
Yeah.
Alrighty, just like that, you step into it, and immediately you just feel yourself falling again. Falling and falling and falling into an endless vortex. As you're falling, you see thousands and thousands of lost souls screeching around in an endless, disgusting vortex. Screams of agony. Moans of pain as thousands of souls are whisked around and you guys are mingled within them. And finally, the vortex starts to rain you down into a very, very different scope of reality. Your hit points are not updating. All right, yeah, they're not linked to your character sheet. Let me fix it up for you there. Does that happen for anyone else? Everyone else's hit points going okay?
I seem to be, yeah.
Okay, let me save that for you there, Maharu. Sorry, you're breaking up a bit there, Gray. Alright, so coming down this massive funnel-like vortex, you're just thrown down at an incredible speed. And you're sort of just expelled harmlessly on the other side of the vortex. So this is the vortex here. As you're sort of expelled, you look up to see a twisted tornado swirling up to a seemingly infinite vault of this cracked red sky several hundred feet above. The vortex itself emits a shrill series of horrified screams and wails as souls of humanoids are sent vaulting down the twister into claws of these spiny looking devils that await. Those who are not caught are plunged into a lava pool that surrounds the vortex, which seems like a mixture of lava and blood. You hear the souls screaming as their flesh is instantly burned away. These are the spine devils. They are these pinkish sorts of creatures. They have wings and spikes and they carry tridents. They fly around trying to catch these poor souls that are expelled from the twister, and those who are not are plunged in to the lake. Surrounding the vortex is a lake of bubbling amber liquid, not unlike lava in appearance. Out of the eastern recesses of the pools, you see two lines of lemurs emerge in a rough and tumble manner, in a disgusting squabble, as they crawl over each other like contagion, multiplying before your very eyes. These creatures are truly hideous looking, pink malformed blobs. The lemurs proceed to pass through this opaque wall of fire that you guys cannot see beyond. Upon passing through the wall, they disappear from vision. To the east, you see a wall of fire flanking a stone gate that resembles two bent stalactites that touch at the top, forming an arch, exactly like the one you guys just stepped through. You can see this glowing red force of energy within the arch, and you guys are not like grabbed or anything by these devils. You also see these like robed humans like standing around on these rocky precipices around the vortex, sort of chanting and trying to like grab people and throw them back in, like some people whose skin's been burned off that try to crawl back in.
obviously on a stone bridge there. Is the lava like, is it like a 20-foot drop, 30-foot drop, or is it right next to us?
It's right next to you. It's almost level with where you stand.
So, I'm going to assume where it is. And can you remind me, where is it that we're trying to get to?
You don't know.
But we don't know which
Well, you're trying
we're
to.
supposed to get.
Well, no, Avernus, the first layer, but like you don't know like where Zariel's lair is or where Tiamat's lair is. You weren't really given a whole lot of information.
Alright, that's what I was constantly thinking. I was like, which level are we supposed to get to?
The first level, Avernus. You knew that much, and basically. That lore that I said you got imparted it with is the lore that on the Blood Wars. You can find it in the campaign forum. It's a bit of a read, so if you're interested, you can check it out there.
So we're in Avernus now, yeah? So,
Yeah, you would know that you cannot get through one layer without going through the other. There's no way to just get to the second level or third level. You have to go in order, so you are definitely in Avernus.
Are all the creatures just ignoring us completely?
Yep, you just see more people just being expelled from this vortex and plunged into the lava, and spine devils are catching some of them on their massive forks and then just like stabbing them, killing them, and throwing them into this disgusting pool, and then they seem to be emerging, transformed into these hideous lemurs. This is the portal here.
Okay, I guess we're going through the portal.
finally now.
Alright, you step through Krusk. Make a wisdom save. Alright, you step through the portal, and it looks like everyone else is doing it too, so let me just move you guys. Where are you, Krusk? And
everybody else.
alright.
Crap.
Rocky, you step through, make a wisdom save. You're okay. Juliet, you step through, make a wisdom save. You step through. Next.
I'm shocked I passed that.
Corwin, make a wisdom save. You pass through. Ivan, make a wisdom save.
It's going to be the last person I'm going to fail.
You pass through. Alrighty, Maharu. You guys all pass through. And as you do, suddenly these walls of fire that seem to encapsulate you all, they become transparent, and you can see the entirety of the area around you. Alright, immediately there is a massive three-headed dog wearing armor that seems to be constituted a lot from just fire. They're staring down at you. It doesn't attack or anything, but
I've heard of this one before. I've heard of you. I stare it down.
as you look to the east, standing before you are two pit fiends. Hulking monsters with crimson skin. Each has a whip-like tail and huge wings that are wrapped around their torsos, much like a cloak. The flesh of the creatures seems to be hard armored scales that cover its entire body. Their fanged maws excrete a venom that sizzles as it drips to the ground. They both scrutinize you all like hungry dogs that have not had a decent meal in a week. Further down, standing on a circular disc filled with glowing runes, in between the pit fiends, is a horrid green humanoid with grotesque wings protruding from its shoulders. And you think this might be the Amnesu, the gatekeeper of sorts. But there's more. The wings are kind of malformed. They don't look like they're capable of flight. The creature wears a purple robe inlaid with gold and keeps its head bent low, sinking into its chin. Its smile reveals a row of jagged razor-sharp teeth below its flat nose as it continuously points a golden cane it holds to rows of lemurs that form before it, as all of these lemurs start sort of shuffling up, and they start to form a very orderly line now, as if they've just been hit with some sort of lawful energy upon traveling through this fiery wall, and they're just forming a single orderly line. You see one step out of line, and the Amnesu quickly pulls out like the top of the cane, and it reveals a whip. Whoosh! He whips it, and he just cuts the lemur in half, and it just dissolves into a bubbling pink ooze onto the ground.
For some reason, I don't think any of us are really upset on seeing you kill that lemur.
We are in hell after all.
We are.
Yeah.
And I will equate that to while I'm sweating. It has nothing to do with being fearful or anything at all. It's like rape surviving.
Alright.
Across this road, river of fire.
Alright. Only moments before stepping through this portal, you hear quite a lot of ruckus behind you. As you turn, and you can look through the portal on the wall. It's now translucent. You see a small army of yellow-skinned humanoids spilling forth from the vortex. However, they don't seem like they fell in. They walk with purpose, in a militaristic fashion, in a phalanx formation. Each one of the warriors appear to be of the same race. Pointed ears, black scraggly facial hair, bald heads, and yellow skin. Each warrior wearing gem-encrusted plate mail, each warrior brandishing a large greatsword which gleams with a silver sheen. Leading the troops is a large hulk whose glare meets yours with striking menace. In the center of the troops are another 3 creatures. They seem slightly different in appearance. It's these ones. They all seem female as well. And they actually hover. They levitate about a foot off the ground. It's clear that the 3 creatures in the center are all being escorted. They are Githyanki. They sort of spill out from this vortex, but they just sort of pass through the portal like it's nothing. And one of them sort of knocks shoulders of you as they don't move. They just expect you guys to move, basically. Out of my way! The commander, this Hulk, sort of screams at you all. Do you move?
I step aside and
Alright, you fly up, Rocky. You got boots of flying? Oh, you can just fly normally? Okay. Alright, Krusky, you move out of the way. And
so excited about that.
alright, all this Githyanki. Yeah, it's nice to be able to fly at this level. Alright, they just like pass through this portal. They just seem like it's just another day for them. And they head on through and they just start like moving down. One of the lemurs gets in their way and they just kick it and it just like sort of melts onto the ground. And they sort of stop here in a very orderly fashion, like where you're seeing them on the map. And then the commander, he sort of walks down and he starts conversing with the Amnesu. Now, as you're all here, the Githyanki are just watching you guys. You count 10 of these warriors all up, and they actually. Sorry, is one missing? There should be 10. 10 plus him. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think he's under Krusk. He told you to move, Krusk. All right. So as they're just standing there, you can tell they're tapping their legs, and you can tell they're fully kitted up like warriors. They're just like looking at you guys and giving you these like menacing looks, and like they start sort of calling out to you guys. Hey, stupid tooth! One of them calling out to you, Krusk. Look, fancy man, I'd sure like that instrument. I can play it. Ah. They see Corwin. Why, look at the fancy mage flying around on a little broomstick.
I'll just spread some wings for fun. Because divine wings in this place should be well liked, right?
Alright, you spout some divine wings, and you just see like the Cerberus just growling a little bit, but no one like does anything. The pit fiends just they don't leave their gaze from you guys. They just keep watching the entire time, and the Githyanki, they soon get bored with teasing you, so they just move forward a little bit more. And oh, you can.
What are you guys doing down here?
None of your business. We're on a mission. It should be slaying you, but we have our orders. Fools! We are Githyanki Githrax! We are warriors! We are the best of our kind.
Maybe when hell freezes over, and one of us can take after party and one of our hands tied behind our backs, but you guys go do your mission there.
You're lucky we have our orders, or I'd slice your throat. And then I'd take what it comes out of your throat, and then I'd drink it. And then I'd regurgitate it over your corpse.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. He's not made out of bloodlight.
Silence! The Hulk of the commander sort of speaks up. Enough! Yes, Kakareka! They all just do a salute. What is the meaning of this? Why are you conversing with others? They seem to doubt our prowess. Is that so? Well, let's just see about that. You there! How do you feel about combat with 3 of my men? 6 on 3. I only need one of my men to easily take 2 of you.
I just laughed.
So, you accept? They seem so...
A little sport might be fun.
They seem...
Time while we're standing in line.
Yes, sounds good. They seem overly eager to fight you guys. Very well then. You will fight. I will keep them bothering me, and it should entertain the others. Alright, they pick.
What do we get from you if we win? Take a little wager here?
I care not for wager. Bloody war is our reward.
We shall receive.
You'll receive your life.
Seems like a pretty good deal.
Alrighty, these Gith start like moving over to the side, and he picks 3 of the warriors, and they start like cracking their necks, and when they're ready, they charge you guys. Corwin, how far up are you?
I'd normally cover the 20, 25 feet ground.
All right, 20. And Rocky?
10.
Okay, 10.
Yeah, I'll start flying as well as people get ready, so I'll be around 20 feet as well.
And I was gonna get
These guys are on the ground.
Yep.
I'll be at 5.
Okay, you're just hovering like a 5 feet off the ground. Okay.
Don't be between me and my buddies kind of height.
Alrighty. And they charge you guys. Ah! Alrighty, Rocky. You're up first.
Excellent. So I'm going to reconnect my internet here.
That's a bonus action. Rocky reconnects his internet.
That's it. I'm going to walk up. Oh, there we go. All right.
Uh,
Are we fighting the whole group? Or
no, he hasn't.
just like certain-
He hasn't moved. He hasn't. No one's moved yet, Krusk.
yeah, these three.
Oh, I thought that you did. Sorry.
Well, even still, that's a combat maneuver, so it doesn't work outside of combat.
Are we fighting them all, or just like one certain?
Three using the agreement. Yes. 3 versus 6 because they're so badass, and I think we're going to be introduced to how tough these things really are.
Alright. 5, 10. I'm going to bash this guy here.
Alrighty, you hit him for 23 points of damage. And as the hammer slams into him, it just sort of buckles his armor, but he doesn't budge. He maintains exactly the same battle stance.
Alright.
Ivan.
Hey, go ahead and go ahead and bonus action hex. And sorry, my sheet is long. And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast right here. I'm assuming, do I have a clear line of sight at this guy here?
Are you up in the air? Oh, sorry, I missed that for some reason. Yes, you do.
Okay.
Oh yeah, did you tell Corwin that he's about the scepters?
Yes, I told him about the seven.
Okay. I don't know if
That's
it,
the worried one.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Alright, a 15 misses. 25 hits him for 8 force.
Sorry, I forgot to next things.
Alright, 10 points of damage. Let me give you a concentration marker too. And you hit him again for 7. The 4th beam hits just for 6 force damage.
Yeah, you know what? It's not taking into account my +5 for charisma. Just notice that.
Alright, that's an extra 20 points. Every beam impacts him, and he's still not really budging or anything. Meanwhile, while this is going on, like all the other creatures don't seem to be paying too much attention. The lemurs still go about their business. The Githyanki watch, the Pit Fiends watch, and the Cerberus is just watching the fight too.
I am done. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure I think I fixed it. Charisma bonus. 1 second. It doesn't count. I just want to make sure that
Alrighty. I gotta give you guys an end of turn macro too. token action. Alrighty, Juliet.
Okay, I'm going to go over here, 10 feet of movement, get a clean sight. I'm going to twin firebolt, one on this guy, one on that guy. Those are two that are being. It's these three that we're fighting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to twin firebolt, first one here, second one here.
The first one hits for 28 fire.
Then second one,
That hits for 27 fire damage.
and then I'm actually going to quicken another firebolt right on his ugly mug.
Alrighty. You send another one screeching down for 25 fire damage.
Okay, then I move back here, and that's my turn.
Krusk.
I'll sort of swing a glaive at this guy up to 4 times.
Alright, that's a crit.
Great, good start.
27 damage, you drive the glaive straight into his chest. This causes him to falter now, and he sort of scrapes his greaves into the sort of blackish, greyish earth. He's still standing though. You swing again, and he's able to bring up his greatsword and parry a 17. Another crit for 21 slashing.
That's 1, 2, 3, so 4.
Alright, as you go to hit him with a 21, he's going to use his reaction, and he's going to parry that off.
Right, as a bonus action, because I got a crit, I'll swing again.
And it's another crit. You drive the blade straight into his neck. Ah! He sort of gurgles, and as he hits the ground, his armor sinks, his greatsword drops, but his body disappears into this strange silvery mist.
Alright, and then I will just take a step forward, putting about 6 feet between me and this gift here. So, you know, a few steps closer. And,
Alrighty, this Kithrak is going to Misty Step here, behind you, Maharu. Surprise! And he comes in with his greatsword, lightning fast. 25 hits. Alrighty, you use Defensive Duelist, and you block it, turning your AC into 27. Alright, you quickly catch him at the corner of your eye, you parry him. He swings again, and he hits for 29 points of damage, and he makes his third attack. That misses. He ends his turn there. Corwin. Yeah. Casting Hex. Alrighty. The first beam hits with the 23.
Wow, that's odd. With my global damage modifier hex, and that's
It's the...
good. I'll shoot him again.
Well, I need to see the damage first before you do your other attack. So roll this. So wait, let me see what's going on here. Let me try it out. And let me see with the hex, with the global modifier. Oh no, it did work, right? Okay.
I'll take that roll.
Alrighty. The first beam hits hits him for 10 points. Alright, continue. It looks like it's working now. Second beam hits for 16. Third beam's a crit. 14 damage. Each of these beams are just peppering him. He doesn't flinch. And the final beam hits him for another 14. He's a little roughed up. Okay. Maharu. He will parry that. 21 misses.
Yeah, totally.
And that hits. Alright, you get him for 14 piercing damage. He makes a con save from Stunning Strike. And he resists. They're very hardy warriors. You swing again. Lightning quick, that hits for another 19 points. Alrighty, you wait, what's a sneak attack from? It's not threat range. Yeah, you gotta have a creature within 5 feet. That's your ally. Yeah, third attack misses. Wait, you got 3 attacks now? Oh, you did. You hit him, right, for 16 slashing damage. Oh, the bonus action. Okay, I got you. Alright, this Kithrak, he chases you, Maharu. He misty steps. And he comes in. They seem to be focusing their attacks on you. Completely ignoring the obvious strongest warrior, Krusk. He swings once, and that misses. He swings a second time, he misses, and his third attack, you manage to just knock his blade to the side. Ah! Kill it! Rocky. He will parry that off with a reaction. Ivan.
Bonus action, effects on that guy.
That hits for 17 points. You fire again, but he dodges that. 24 hits him for 14 points. And the natural one misses. The Eldritch Blast just fades away.
You sure 12 misses? You don't need to double check?
99% sure. I'll check just in case.
Alright, thank you. I'll just feel better if you check.
Alright, I'm going to move 30 feet straight up.
Alright, as you do that, Juliet, you just hit some wall at 30 feet. An invisible wall.
Alright, that's fine. Then I shall twin firebolt and shoot both these guys. First one, north one, and then second one, the other guy. First attack.
That hits for 16.
Let's see. It's actually 18 because I can't roll ones.
Okay. 18 fire damage.
And then the one below
And that hits him.
for plus 16.
16. Okay.
Ugh, yucky. Alright.
Cross.
Yay!
I'm back.
Let's skip it out there and see.
All right. Yeah, I think maybe like my laptop overheated or something, so I put another fan on it. It's like in direct sunlight, and it's like a heat wave here, so probably not a good idea to do that. So I put the air conditioner on as well. Sorry about that. We need to take a 10-minute break at some stage, so good timing. All right. Yeah, I saw he smacked him twice already for 31 points.
Shall I smack him again then? He's standing.
Smack away. He is still standing. You swing a third time and hit for 12. And 22 hits as well for another 14, and he is still standing. These guys are built tough.
Guess he wants the butt end.
You swing, but well, even that hits him. It does hit him for 9. You smack him over the face. It just like cracks the entire side of his head, and he's dripping this greenish blood on the ground, but he's still standing. All right, 1 second. I've got to close the program that automatically opens when I restart my laptop. Otherwise, I can't get the character sheets up properly. It's like a dual monitor, annoying program. All right, so I'm all ready.
I'll take this guy while he's doing that. I'll be like, you guys almost last for a whole round. Oh, not bad.
He sort of laughs. Let's see if your friend will last the same. And he misty steps behind Maharu. And he comes in swinging. 11 misses. 27 hits. For 23 points of damage. And he makes a third attack. I think you used your reaction already. On attack before. Yeah. Alright, roll cutting words. That should give me a... Alright, I'm gonna have to go in. Sorry, 1 second guys. I've got to close this program. It's just annoying the shit out of me. never usually happens because usually I don't have to restart my laptop. Yeah, this is it's cold, all right. It's hot outside. No, all right. Let me figure out where this thing is so I can kill it. There we go. All right, sorted. All right, Ivan, you call out to the Gith and he stops. He just doesn't swing at Maharu and sort of says, "Yeah, you're a fancy man flying all up there. Come down and fight with the real warriors." And he ends his turn. Corwin. Are you there, Dash? Maybe he didn't come back yet. Dash. Let me message him on Discord. Well, that explains everything. Are you there, Dash?
That sounded exactly like that.
Alright, if you say so, Dash, I'll shoot that guy for you. Alright, he just shoots a volley and just decimates this guy. Okay, Dash. I think okay, Dash. He whacked before, but now he's up in the air. Yeah, quick whack and then go before he's in and out. Very efficient. Alright, you just splattered a Gith Yankee across the ground there, Dash. Nice shot for you. And the same thing happens. His weapon and armor drops to the ground, but his body disappears into an astral mist. He will block that with a parry. Does Shadow Step have to be dim light? It's all classified as bright light. If you look up above, you see this swirling black and red menace of energy. Everything has this sort of bright red glow to it. Alright, this time you do hit him. You slice him for 10. And that hits. You kick him in the nuts for 9. You don't really feel anything down there though. You don't want to know how they procreate. Exactly. Rocky. Alright, you're throwing it? Okay. You come down and you whack him for 32 points. Solid blow. Ivan. Hex. Warlock's Hunter's Mark.
Oh, I said
Alright, 8 points. That hits for 11. You should toll the dead him, he'll never live that down. And that hits for 11. Final beam bounces off his armor. Juliet.
Just gonna fireball him.
That hits and it just melts away all of his flesh. It drips into this yellow goop and pours down into the crevices of his armor. Combat's over.
damn, that was solid.
Right, let me tally up the XP again because I had it tallied, but computer broke. You guys get 4,200 XP each.
I bow on my group. Warriors were very formidable, sir.
He gives you a nod and starts yelling. Take the gems from their armor. Be quick. And the Giths go up and they just start like taking these daggers.
Spell.
Start taking these daggers out, and they you see that their plate mail is like studded with these little red gems. They just start prying them out.
Yeah, we
Oh,
started
sorry.
at 6.
How did I get muted just then? I had no idea how I just got muted at all. But I was trying to say something. So after you look at the warrior, the commander, he sort of yells to the other Gith. He gives you a nod in sort of recognition, Ivan, and he sort of just like he yells out to you, "Thanks," as if you've just done him a favor. And he yells to the other Githyanki, "Go and pry out the gems. Leave the armor." And the Giths take out these daggers and they just go over to the armor. You notice the armor is studded with these little red gemstones. They just start plucking them out. And after they're done that, they just leave the plate mail on the ground. My name is Kakalreka. That is all that you deserve. Now, come on, men! We have our mission! And they just start forming a phalanx formation again and cover these 3 Gith Zariah females. He doesn't seem he wants to stick around and talk, and they collect every single gemstone, and they also collect the great swords that they were wielding. They leave the plate mail on the ground though, so there's 3 sets of plate mail, and they very quickly push forward. They just don't even like talk to like anyone. They just start jumping in like these boats, and they start like just basically sailing off. Now I'll describe what you see here as you look out some more. As soon as the combat's over, everything, I mean, nothing really stopped anyway. Everything's just resuming as if nothing even really happened at all. So looking out into this area here, that's where you see the Pit Fiends and the Amnesu. Now beyond that, you see a river full of this glowing red substance. It branches off to the west, south, east and north. It forms a river, and there is a steady queue forming by the banks of this river. Little boats, and inside the boats are gaunt humanoids, each identical in appearance. Give you a handout of what they look like. They each wear brown cowls and vests with leather tassels attached to a belt. Oh, just wait, sorry. For some reason I keep randomly getting muted. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
Did you... Wait, but you could hear me, Endo?
No, I couldn't hear anything.
No.
No, couldn't hear you until now.
Could you... Oh, alright. That's weird. Yeah, I just randomly got muted on Discord. What, did you miss it, Tilton? Did you miss what I was saying? Okay.
Yeah, we see these skeletal forms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, tell me immediately if I cut out, because if for some reason mute is just randomly going on Discord. I don't know why. Alrighty. We'll try again. Yeah, so it forms this river, and inside, like, there's these boats forming. You heard that, right? There's like a queue of boats forming at the riverbank. over here. Okay, so there are these gaunt figures inside each boat. They're all identical in appearance, and they each wear brown cowls and vests with leather tassels attached to a belt. Each belt has also attached to it a small pouch and ring of keys. As they sort of peer up towards you, their faces look skeletal and locked into a frozen state of horror. Each creature also holds a burning paddle and sits at the head of a small two-man wooden boat. It's not apparent how the boat is staying afloat because the river itself seems somewhat translucent and this just constituted of this like swirling liquid that's sort of looks like lava, sort of looks like blood.
So I had a question for you. You said whenever or whatever those things are called, what seemed to be happening when he was because they talked to this guy, right? And that's when he talked to him, and I'm assuming they weren't talking in common.
No.
Over here.
You didn't understand their language.
But they talked to this one, and then that's when we had our fight, and then afterwards, then we saw the boat come up back to Brad.
Yeah. Well, no, the boats have always been there, sort of forming a queue, and these guests start jumping in the boats two at a time and like paddling off down the river.
All right. Okay.
And then as those boats are leaving with the Marinloth, more boats are coming in, like just forming a steady queue. They just got straight in. Actually, you do see them conversing a little bit with the Marinloth and hand over something, like a bag or something. So maybe they paid them.
Did they pay the Marinloth, or did they pay
The Marinloth.
Okay. Yes, yeah, because I got the, right, the piece of paper I'm supposed to talk to those guys, so I was going to go talk to them right now. Anybody else had anything? Wait, before I go there, where do we want to go? And what's the guy's name again? I'm awful with names. Can you just type his name in there?
Which guy?
The Demon Lord guy, because that's the one we're first trying to find.
Oh, it's a female. Zariel.
Thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying that.
Zariel. Identifies as a devil. Yeah. And you were right not to. But she is an angel.
I'll fly down.
Fallen angel.
Having the sheet of paper, yes, that was provided for us.
Alright, you come up and see this gluttonous Amnesu sort of yelling at all the lemurs, and then he sort of stops as you come up. You hear him like, "Not like that! Oh, you shouldn't do that! You stay in line! That's naughty! Oh, hello there! Welcome!
Greetings and salutations, good sir.
Yes. Welcome to Avernus. May I ask what the purpose of your stay is?
Business.
Oh, business. What kind of business? You're not up to anything naughty, are you?
Well, naughty in this place has very interesting issues. Just need to save the world, scam.
Oh, save the world. Wow, isn't that a big task? Doesn't it stress you out or something?
Sometimes it does, yes. But, I just live a very carefree lifestyle. I live for my art. And that gives me...
Alright, okay. Well, welcome to Avernus. This is the River Styx. My name is Hades. So, may I have your full name, please? And he just appearing in his hand is this, like, piece of long parchment where it just keeps rolling down and down, like, endlessly.
Yeah, we aren't dead. We were told to show you this.
Oh, where did you get that? My, you are a special one.
Yes, I like to consider myself a son.
That's a very special piece of paper.
You direct this to where like you would find Syria.
Oh, you want to go and visit Zariel, do you? Well, I'm still going to need your full name. Okay, randomly muted. Sorry, why is that doing that? It's so weird. Good idea. All right. So, where did you hear up to? What was he saying?
The last thing I said was perfectly behind the area.
All right, he looks at you with his chin still sunken down into his chest. Oh, Zariel. Why, yes, you're going to need to go to Darkspine, but I cannot let you pass until I have your full name.
Right back down so I can get it.
Here is a customary map. This will be a map of Avernus. You can see the surrounding area. We're at the Lake of Despond.
Just curious, you need our full names, why?
Why, that's a condition of entry. I'm going to need to also inspect all of your equipment, and you're going to need to pay the fee.
The fee, and what is the fee?
100,000 gold each? Why, I wouldn't go there. Why would I want to go there? No, my job is here. That's the nature of my being. I'm a gatekeeper. Oh, fine then. 1,000 each. As you guys are conversing, these pit fiends are just staring down at the Amnesu. And he sort of notices that, getting a bit of an inkling. And then he says, oh, did I say 1,000 each? I meant you're free to pass. Yes, no toll for you. But I will need to still get your full names and inspect all of your equipment. Yes, okay, Rocky. And then he sort of, wait! I need to inspect your equipment. And as you go forward, Rocky, you just like hit like a wall here. Alright. As you're doing this, suddenly the Cerberus starts walking over. And Hades sort of looks at his whip. If you're going to be naughty, then you're going to need to be punished. Now, let me inspect your equipment. Alright, he just starts like patting you down and takes a look at all your equipment. Yeah, everything seems to be in order here. No contraband. Good. Oh. Things that are naughty. You may go on.
What's an example of things that are naughty?
I don't know. Some sort of instrument of good. Something that could hurt some of our devils, just to make sure that you're not a demon in disguise. Alright, when this happens, the two pit fiends, they just instantly disappear in a puff of black and red smoke as soon as one of you guys have been checked. And Hades goes through the same process. It seems to be a standard procedure. However, he doesn't charge you. He does pat you down, check all your equipment, and get your full names. He also asks for like your home address and then like where you're intended on headed and how long you're planning to stay. Basically, yes, exactly like customs. So as you guys like go through, everything seems to be perfectly fine. It does take a little bit of time for that process to go through, and hour-long spells would have been an hour for all that processing. They'll go down, and then Hades sort of looks at you. Well, Darkspine, you want to head north through the Stigmaris Mountains, but it's going to be quite dangerous. You can get passage on the River Styx through the Marinloth. But before you go, does anyone want to purchase life insurance? Well, it's a very special piece of paper. Make sure if you have a little accident and you happen to die, that, well, your life will be insured.
In what way?
Well, instead of you turning into one of these vile creatures, you'll be given a second chance. And basically, it's an actual, like, pact. So it can be purchased from any Amnesu at any dock of the River Styx. It costs 5,000 gold for each time you're raised, and the figure is accumulative. So if you purchase 2, it'll be 10,000. If you purchase 3, it'll be 15,000. And any creature who dies in Avernus is immediately brought back to life with 1 hit point. You must sign the contract with blood, and it would be voided if destroyed. Yeah, per person.
Right, so if we get 6 of them, is that 3,000?
Yes.
Alright.
Make sure you've got enough. Make sure you've got enough to pay the Marinloth. They're quite expensive.
How much is the Marinloth?
Well, you'd have to talk to them.
Okay. We talk to them, figure out the price with them, and then decide if we want to get the insurance.
Well, of course, I'll be waiting here.
Alright.
You, what languages can you read, Rocky? Yeah, it's all gibberish to you. You can't even understand it.
Yeah, so, I believe that there's a helmet of comprehend languages. Do we have?
Alright, you read it, Maharu, and as far as you can tell, it's all above board. There's nothing like, it's a pretty simple contract. It literally just says what you'd expect it to say without it being dodgy.
Yeah, but I think Corwin Corn is out. Yeah, he's out.
Alright, so
Corwin is.
you get 1 each then.
There's enough to do it. And Hades ought to be inspected by.
Alright, if you don't get your equipment, inspected, he won't let you through.
I think it's going to be a required thing.
And you can tell that he's ready to lay down the beat down for anyone who doesn't respect that.
I will subtle cast and suggest it. Already inspected by.
Alright, you subtly cast suggestion on him, and he makes a wisdom save with advantage. But it doesn't work on him at all. And he seems to notice something had happened, but he can't tell who it's from. And then he sort of chuckles. You're naughty, one of you. Very naughty. And yeah, he does not seem to be able to be charmed at all.
Should choose the rock, right?
So do you allow him to inspect your equipment? Alrighty.
We just need to get across this river.
Pat you down, frisk search you, and he gets quite handsy. Ooh, what have we got here? Ooh. And then, yeah, you guys don't get anything confiscated. It just looks like a standard procedure. Yeah, you after your search and that, and you can go up and speak to the Marinloth.
Alright, so let's figure out what the
All right, this is a handout for the Blood War again. You can find this information on the campaign forum, but basically Hades gives you guys a little pamphlet as well about the Blood War. So you can read, that's just lore that you can read. Here is a handout of what the war would probably look like at the moment. This war, endless war between demons and devils that rage on forever. And as you come up to the River Styx, you take a look out. It's a pulsating red river. It seems to be formed from a pungent mixture of blood and fire. It seems fairly translucent, and the banks of the river are clearly visible through the haze of the river's contents. Peering over the edge shows you that there is no bed to the river, and your eyes continue to search for it as far as they can perceive, but to no dissolution. The river seems almost like a dense red fog as it does a liquid, and you can hear souls crying out from within. And you can see desperate soul shells falling endlessly throughout the river. The Marinloft just waits there patiently for you all. Some more artwork. As you look out to the river Styx itself, a very long, endless river of Styx.
I'm gonna go ask him how much capacity.
Alright, Rocky, before that, Rocky, you go up and jump in the boat, and the Marinloft turns to you and completely ignores you, Ivan. State your destination. And you take a look at this map. Okay, yes. So, well, you're heading to Darkspine. That's where you want to go. Now, but yeah, these mountains are just like never ending. They're all around. So here is the Lake of Despond. Is that showing for you guys the nameplate? Okay, yep. All right, you guys are here at the Lake of Despond. Now you can see all these like creatures. All right, these represent different legions, and it is on this map a current sort of update towards how the Blood War is going. So closer, to Darkspine, you're going to be faced with sword legions, which are the most powerful devils. Devils work on a hierarchy system, going from the lowly imps to pit fiends, taking orders from obviously their commanders. There are also Marinloth that come from the plane of Gehenna that assist devils. Now, Marinloth, when they die in Avernus, they just reform back in Gehenna. So they'll often hire themselves out as mercenaries. They are devils themselves, but they're not a part of the Nine Hells. So they'll hire themselves out as mercenaries, and they'll fight in the Blood War, fearless, because they know that when their bodies are destroyed, they'll simply reform and they'll have their pay. So these creatures are like around where the Dreg Legions are. These creatures are around the area for Shield Legions, and these ones are for Sword Legions. And then to the south is Tiamat's Lair, and that's where the Dragon Legions are. So you'll need to travel along the River Styx, apparently. And the Marinloft sort of, asking you, State your destination.
Well, I mean, this tributary of the river is like full of good intent, so I'm sure it'll.
A road of good intent, right?
I can guide you through the river Styx for a price. State your destination. State your destination. All rates are final before departure. Price must be paid upon boarding. Marinloth are under no obligation to fight. You can only fit 2 people per boat.
Find out how much it's going to be so I can give you the gold. Find out most of the gold. So, ask him how much it is to go to Dark Spire. That's our way.
Let me calculate. Alright, and I'm going to calculate. Yeah. 42. 58. 64. Total is 66 miles. Price will be $19,800 gold pieces.
And we lost it, so
Total is 66 miles. Price is 19,800 gold pieces.
each.
He just completely ignores you. Price is 19,800 gold pieces.
He's not listening to me.
He only speaks to Rocky. Passage in my boat. To Darkspine, 19,800 gold pieces.
Can I just walk? Just like hover over the boat and fall.
Yeah, something tells me that might be really bad. Else?
Need to worry about that.
You make an Arcana check, Corwin. From what you've heard, the only way to traverse Avernus is by going down the river Styx. Anyone who attempts to navigate Avernus without paying the Marinlost toll will find their mind turned into madness.
So we remember I had extra 20,000 right there.
Yeah. Alright, I will hand over the money to Rock. Alright, and can you just type in the amount?
Alright, it's 19,800 each, so times that by 3, it's like what, 58,000 something. 59,400.
9,000. Okay, well I'm glad we had money.
All right.
Because,
As soon as like Rocky and Krusk step in, the Marinloft just starts like taking off. He doesn't like wait for anyone else. He just starts paddling down the river.
I give the money to Corwin. Corwin, you want to ride with Maharu?
As the first Marinloft takes off, the next one moves up to form a queue.
Alright, pay him. And then Juliet and I. No ulterior motives there, by the way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be last since I had the, cash. sound good. Yeah, get on the. Are you gonna get on the boat with Mahar? Yep. There we go. Okay, I just want to make sure we don't lose anybody here. And then, on. And now I'm gonna go and work off. We just spent 25,000 on insurance and 59, so we just spent 84,400. That much, yeah.
Alrighty, you guys sail on through in that formation. And I had like a lot of really cool music for this campaign as well, and it's like none of it works anymore, which kind of sucks. I don't have that either.
I saw your message on that. That sucks.
We
So
did buy the insurance, yes, all except for a purer heart than us. So everybody has their insurance with them. Yeah.
alright. As you guys travel down the river Styx, you cannot shake this nauseating stench of death and decay. It's a horrid waterway that runs like a disease through this land. You look out to find an absolute wasteland. Around you are hellish plains, the ground scarred and cracked from war and devoid of any life. You travel down the river, and every hex takes 1 hour to travel, and every hex I roll to see what happens on a random counter table. But you're in luck, because the first 4 miles that you travel, there's nothing. There's nothing like on either sides.
Did I?
Alright, as you travel on, along the Blood River, you start to see in the distance lower demons and devils, several hundred feet away from the banks of the river Styx, combating each other. It's just like a horrid mess of these disgusting little demons and devils just wailing away at one another, and it's quite a disturbing scene. But they're definitely violently fighting one another. And you guys continue on. So let me just grab you guys and put you on a map. Not because there's going to be combat, just because there's not going to be combat. Exactly because there's not going to be combat. Right, I've just got to... Oh man, these boats can be annoying to move. Alright, let me put you guys here. And yeah, the boats are maintaining a distance of about 30 feet from one another. We got Krusk and Rocky first. Then we got Juliet and Ivan. And then we've got Mahara and Corwin. The Marinlofts don't say a single word. They just row their boats gently down the stream. Alrighty, let's just had to like grab everyone's boats. Should be a bit easier now that I've got them. Okay, so you're traveling down like this. And we've got more music that doesn't work. So as you're... Oh, who's lost their Marinloth? As you're just strolling down the river Styx, you keep hearing these screams. People desperately pleading, voices calling out to you from underneath the river. But you cannot answer their pleas for help. As you're just flowing down this small river here, you guys are attacked. Some demons spill out from the wall and they charge you guys from either side. You hear this tuk, 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 tuk. That's the first thing you hear. Something's coming towards you guys very quickly, but it's invisible. Not only that, yeah?
I was gonna pull out the lantern of revealing. Light it.
Alrighty. Alright, you can. 1 second. Sorry. Something is just being annoying there. Okay. Let me just set up this encounter. You can get out the lantern of revealing and light it. There's another creature with them, and he's clearly visible. Now, this creature looks sort of like a devil and sort of like a dragonborn, and sort of like a half dragon. He's a black Abishai. Looks like this. And he's got these two vicious looking scimitars in his hand. He sort of runs at you guys, attacking the first in the group, Rocky and Krusk. Just seem to be like hiding behind some small ruins around the area. Now, meanwhile, these invisible creatures, they come running at Maharu and Corwin. Here and here. So there's 3 Belguras, 1 Black Abishai, and there are 2 other freakish looking creatures. Babals. Now these ones have long, gangly claws. They're about the size of a human, but they've got these hunchbacks and like a curved horn at the top of their head, as well as a serrated looking tail and vicious sharp claws. They sort of run, but they're down here. They run with the Abishai, and there is 3 of them. Alright, now I'm going to roll initiative. Seem to have just broken away from the main war and come in to attack you guys. The Balguras are all invisible. You just hear them bounding across the land. And you're up first, Maharu.
Stab everything within 30 feet of me with the hand healing is review.
Okay. Alright, that Belgura is not invisible then. Yeah, it's like basically you hear it coming towards you quite violently, and you just hear like a very, very large creature. It looks like a massive blue-skinned ape with orange fur, with sharp fangs. Alright, you fire a ray of frost at it, it hits. The cold doesn't affect it as much as what you'd expect, for 12 points of cold damage. Rocky. Okay, within 20 feet, right? Ivan. As you move around on the boat, make an acrobatics check. It sways side to side. You just maintain your footing. You almost slip overboard. That hits for 14 force. Alright, you push him back 10 feet, he's still hanging on the edge. And he sort of almost knocks into the boat as well. You hit him again, and this time you cause him to sort of shift back like onto the boat basically. If you're knocking him back, it's going to knock him onto the boat.
Would it knock him on the boat, or I didn't know if it would just push the boat back?
It'll sort of hit the boat. He'll fall in the river, but he's going to shake this boat up pretty bad.
Okay, I don't want to do that. Alright.
At the moment, he's actually standing like on the edge, barely, like just dug his massive claws into the ground, just scraping along the floor. That hits for 7. The final beam phases out before it reaches him. Alright, this Marinloth with Corwin and Maharu. It starts sailing down the river. It does not care about the Bulgura whatsoever. It just starts paddling down. The Bulgura doesn't have the reach to opportunity attack. Juliet.
Where's my good friend? Yeah, best friend.
I don't know if it's going to be your best friend around these parts.
Stick with what you know, right?
Fireball just looks at you, Juliet. We used to be close, what happened?
Hey man,
We used to do everything together.
you're the one who drifted apart, not me.
Alright, I think you should have access to it there. Oh, it's down here. Alright, you send a firebolt just right across the battlefield. You see a little mini explosion, it looks like, from that far away. Alright, the Black Abishai,
37.
he is completely immune, this guy. The dragon dude. Alright, now the Babao. I think they might be immune too. Nope, unlike devils, they're generally only resistant. Alright, you ignore resistance. So the Babao, how much was it, sorry?
37.
Alright, they make 3 deck saves. And this guy fails. He takes 37 fire damage, completely ignoring the resistance. This guy... Oh, actually, sorry, he just made the save, so he should have took... Wait. Let me fix that up. He should have took 18. Alright, the other... It's from the staff.
It's from the
Alright, this guy is the one that takes 37, and then the one all the way to the south also takes 18. They did seem like they were resistant, but your spell's so strong it just melts their flesh away. And all of them are left scorched.
whispered fireball. See, baby, I still am.
Alrighty, I don't even know what to say to that. Let's just continue. Krusk.
Am I able to get a running long jump on this boat here?
Yep, you will need to make... There is. It will be an acrobatics check, and if you fail, you'll fall into the river Styx. You don't know what happens if you fall into the river, though.
Don't ever get out of the boat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that's
Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there is a chance that you'll fall into the river, depending on what you get for your acrobatics.
So, okay.
Well, the Marinloft did tell you they're under no obligation to fight.
Do any of these things have ranged weapons? Does it look like they all?
No, they just look like they're armed with melee weapons or natural claws or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Range, I think it's range.
Alright, this Belgora, like just scraping along, he's so close to falling into the river, but he stops himself. He runs, tuk, 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 and he just leaps onto the boat. He lands on the boat, and everyone in the boat has to make an acrobatics check. He leaps through the air like it's nothing. That's Juliet and Ivan, basically. Alright, Ivan, you maintain your footing. Juliet? Give me an acrobatics. Are you there?
Oh, sorry. Acrobatics, right?
Yeah. Juliet's still upset about Fireball not saying anything back to her.
I know, right?
Alright, yep. You easily like hold on and you don't fall off as the boat sways side to side. And then the Balgora, fully illuminated, lifts these massive pounding arms up, just screeches and starts recklessly attacking. Just going to whack you with a fist, Juliet, at advantage. 13 misses. Then Ivan tries to bite him, crits. Bites onto you for 23 piercing. And then it just tries to bring down its fist onto your head as well, Ivan. 25 hits for 13 bludgeoning damage. And any attacks on this Belgura have advantage due to Reckless. Meanwhile, the Babao, they have definitely opportunistically come to you guys at a time when you're close to the riverbank, because the Babao leaps straight over onto the boat, but he's not heavy enough to cause the boat to shake, and he doesn't seem too interested in. I just got to snap you guys to the squares. He doesn't seem too interested in the Marinloth. He seems interested in you, Corwin, and he is going to stare at you with these vicious-looking, beady white eyes. I need you to make a Constitution save. Alright, you completely ignore this gaze that has some sort of special ability sort of imbued into it, and when that happens, he just scratches at you. Just one claw, miss, and then two claw, miss. And that's him. Right, oh, this Miranloff is supposed to be at the head of the boat. I'm just gonna move him there. He just starts strolling down the river. He moves 30 feet with you guys in the boat. Alright, this Babao moves and he leaps onto the boat. Krusk, your reaction goes off.
Or is it just one swing?
One swing. Alright, as he's leaping through the air, Rocky, you just smack him in the face and he sort of tumbles onto the side of the boat. You hit him for 38 points of damage. And you also stick him with the glaive, Krusk. Do you have Sentinel, Krusk?
I do. Yeah.
Alright, he gets stopped there and he falls into the river Styx. Alright, as you stick him, he just screeches, ah! His eyes sort of widen now and he just starts floating down. As he hits the river Styx, you just see like a still image just slowly floating away from you, and he's not going to be bothering you anymore. Alright, that doesn't stop this other Babao from running and leaping onto the boat in its place. And they don't seem to. You only get one Yeah, you only got one reaction. Alright. Yep, reaction with a readied action. Alright, Krusk, he stares at you with his weakening gaze as he's running up to you, and you can make a con save. Alright, you resist, and then he just starts scratching away. 2 claw attacks. 23 hits for 12 slashing, and a second claw attack That hits for 11 slashing, ripping and rending
Yeah, I think I got resistance to slash.
with his blood-soaked claws. Oh, you do. So that would be 6 and 5. So instead of taking 23, you only took 11. Corwin.
Alright, I think I'm going to. Do I believe with my Arcana check I had earlier that I can just levitate above the boat and still with I
Yeah.
just have to stay in the boat?
Yeah, you think as long as you maintain sight of your Marinloth that's you've paid to guide you, you'll be able to find your way. You could get out and you could like fly around here, and it's a pretty big map actually, isn't it?
Okay. I'm just gonna go up and get out of this guy's lair. I don't want to mess.
Yeah, I asked about a long jump and I have boots flying.
Poor Krusk. You'll get used to it. Are you gonna fly up, Corwin?
Yeah, I just need to get up in the air a little bit.
Alright. Just out of melee reach, basically. Alright, the Babal's he'll take a claw attack at you. And it's gonna hit.
I don't feel like being scratched. I'm gonna shoot that.
You just repel his fist and tumbles back into himself. And you're up.
Who knows where that claw's been? It might be extra dirty.
Yeah, it does have this disgusting looking like goop dripping off of it.
Do better. Alright, now that I'm up. A 60-foot cone template.
What spell are you using? I sure do. Doesn't look very coldish, but it's a 60 foot. Should be 60 feet. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. I'll first have to give you access to it. I think if you click on it, you'll find that you can rotate it. If you look up the top, you'll see like those blue squares that appear on it. You can like grab the top blue square and then drag it around. I can drag it for you too. Oh, there we go. I won't hit the Marinloft there. Yeah, you can. You could do it like a 90-degree angle like that, but you only hit the Abishai, or you could move there, and then you could hit both of them. But if you do it straight to the south, it's going to hit Rocky and Krusk. That's how can you forget that adorable face?
I know, look at that. It's just not like it's like 10 times bigger.
Yeah. You need to get one more of those potions, Krusk.
That's Rocky, right?
No, I find those potions.
That's Rocky.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. In this cone around. This cone wants to snap too, right?
Yeah, it has to snap. I'll give you a 60-foot cone. I should probably have one of these set up, but this is a straight 60-foot cone. It should go like this. So it'd go like that. I think that's 60. How good am I guessing? Oh, look at that, 75. Too big. Let me reduce it.
That's 60 feet wide. That's so big. Alright. 60 feet long.
It's as long as it is wide. That's a little bit too big too. That should be right. That's perfect. Oh, should be a little bit longer. Let me save that cone as well, just so if you do it again.
I think it is butterflies.
definitely. So yeah, you're gonna hit them in like that, but
Right. Alright, I was thinking I could use it. Just making a cast it on that kind of line. Make it going out. That would get more opponents, but I made that the edge of the cup.
the cone has to either be straight or at a 40 or at an angle when you're playing on a grid. But
I haven't had a cone spell.
congratulations.
Physics in this world are only at 90 degrees.
Right. Good things happen to me.
Hell, what can you do? Hell, it's just hell on spells.
I just gonna divine blast this guy. Right in front of me.
This guy? Fire away.
That guy.
Go for it. Okay, you hit him for 11 force damage. You fire again and hit for 12 force damage. That hits for 9. And the final beam hits him for 14 force damage. That hits for 11. That hits for 9. And you got 2 more beams. You can target someone else. This guy? Alright. That hits him for... Well, you can hit him. It'll be a disadvantage. Alright. You hit the Abishai for 9 points. And he's not as tough as what you'd expect. Alright, he just starts yelling out in Abyssal. Does anyone understand Abyssal?
Not yet.
Alright.
I need to cast
He just starts yelling out, Sora Kalawara! Ralaga! And he jumps onto the boat with Maharu. He's going to do a quick flurry of slashes. Scimitar attack on you, Maharu. 19 misses. Second attack, slash. He fights with such anger. He hits you for 6 damage, and as he's going, he just tries to bite you as well. A little bit of acid comes out of his maw. You parry off. No problem. You parry off the 22, and then the bite just sort of. He just is snapping at you as you hold him back, and acid just burns down and starts burning holes in the boat. And as that happens, the boat starts to magically patch itself up. This Bulgara is feeling a little bit left out here. But it runs along the bank and leaps through the air, hurling its arms for 50 feet. It lands on the boat, and everyone in the boat has to make an acrobatics check. It does this very recklessly as well, without any regard for the Abishai whatsoever, and it leaps like crazy. Alrighty, the Bulgara managed to actually perch itself on the boat. The Marinloth, it doesn't fall off. And the Abishai is knocked off the boat into the river Styx. And when he hits the river Styx, he just like something happens. His eyes glaze over, and he just like starts drooling, and he just sinks into the river, gone forever. Right.
We have to share like 640
Right, the river, the Bulgar actually had the dash to get there, so that's his turn done. All right, this Marinloth, he turns around and he just starts swatting the Bulgara. Get! And he just starts hitting him with the oar attack, with an oar, and that misses. And the Marinloth doesn't move. Off! He starts swatting the Bulgara. Alright, this Bulgara jumps onto the boat as well. Another round of acrobatics checks for Corwin. Oh, just for Maharu, I guess, and the Marinloth. Alright, you're easily just maneuvering around, and so is the Marinloth. Now the Bulgara that jumped on, and the Bulgara that's already on. Alright, he ends up knocking his buddy off, and he falls into the river Styx too. Alright, when this happens, the Bulgara might be okay, actually. I gotta check something here. I think he's okay. I just gotta check this river Styx feature. He's okay. He's swimming about, but it doesn't just like instantly just spaz out like the other ones. Oh, this way. No, sorry. This Bulgar is actually going to attack now too. I forgot. Alrighty, he's invisible again now, and as he swings at you, Maharu, he has advantage. He tries to fist you. He crits. He whacks you for 15 damage, and that causes him to become visible with that first attack. And he's going to go ahead and try and fist you some more. But that misses, and then he snaps at you with these disgusting yellow fanged teeth. And he bites you for 7 piercing damage. Rocky. Did I? Oh, sorry. Maharu, you have your turn now. That hits. And you get sneak attack. The Marinloth is your ally. For 33 points. Slice into him. It's a crit. For another 18. That hits. You whack him for 11. The Bulgar is almost dead. Rocky. That hits. What, stuck? Yeah, I can hear you. Did it not come up? Do you want me to roll it for you? It must just be lagging. There we go, it just came through. For 28 points. You're... Alright, go ahead and give me an athletics check. You knock him off, and he hits the river Styx. And I'm pretty sure he... Yeah, he just stops trying to... He just gives up, basically, and just sinks down. He stops trying to, like, swim or anything. He just sinks and fades away. He doesn't die, so you do note that it doesn't kill him, but he just sinks and sinks until he goes out of view. Possibly. Ivan.
So, our boat never moved.
Yeah, because he spent his turn whacking this guy.
Oh, okay. Alright, when you said that, I was probably thinking it was a guy over below, because that's where I was. Alright, new Eldritch Blast and push this thing back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw 3 into him with the intention of throwing another 1. No, that wouldn't knock him off. Alright. Yeah, I'll just throw all 4 into him.
You can choose in between attacks. I changed the ruling, so yeah, it was a misinterpretation. You can, even though it's it's not simultaneous, it's subsequent. All right, you hit him with a 17 for 13 points of force damage.
Can I push him back then?
All right, you push him back, and he goes into the river Styx. When this happens, yeah, he just gives up. Something happens to his mind. He looks like a vegetable, basically, and he just sinks into the river.
This one is still active, correct?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's wading away.
Waiting away. I'm gonna shoot it. This one's almost dead. Remember correctly, right?
Yeah,
It's almost dead.
he's just about dead. That hits, and when you hit him, he just pops like a water balloon. This disgusting orange ooze just sprays over Maharu and the other Marinloth.
Okay, I giggle a little bit, but try to show. I'll make a deception to show you that I don't want Maharu to see. I do find it kind of funny. And then the last 2 are the one in the water. I am not pushing his back. This last one.
Alrighty, that hits, and a 14 misses. So you hit him for 9 force damage.
Had he been doing reckless attack?
No, he hasn't even attacked. He is still invisible as well. He's concentrating on that.
He's out of my ring, and I am done. Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, this Marinloth, he just rows his boat. He does do a lair action and repairs the boat from any damage from the acid dropping on it. And then he just, like, very prudently just keeps... He gets up to here, and then you hear him just like, "Come on!" Just yelling out to the other Marinloth. What's the hold up?
I'm walking over here.
Juliet.
So you got the New Yorker one. Alright, that's fair. I'm just going to fireball the 1 remaining active Valkyra. Disadvantage.
Yeah. That hits him for 31 points of fire damage.
That's it, I think.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't make... Oh, maybe I don't have the concentration API set up. He maintains concentration. Krusk.
Yeah, I'll shoot at the same line with crossbow.
You hit.
Hey, you got to use that thing. You don't use
Fuck.
it very often.
No?
You pluck a bolt into him for 13. Yeah, this thing's almost dead.
Just get one. Right?
Yeah. Alright, Marinloth is just sailing away. Not concerned at all. Oh, that thing's going to keep doing that, is it? Alrighty, Corwin. That thing's going to go crazy. Let me try and get rid of it.
Targets. It looks like we're down to not much.
Just this guy.
Which guy didn't see?
Let me change my color. Let me change my color to like an easy color to see. There we go.
Right. Okay, well, I'll divine blast them.
That hits. That hits. Alright, the first beam actually just kills him. He becomes visible and just starts just oozing into demon ichor, and it just mixes in with the river, and combat's over. The Marinloth just keep rowing down the stream. It's quite gently, yeah. It's merrily.
You get any experience with the river you lost?
I think the river is now level 20.
Shit.
Alright, let me calculate that.
And I will admit that I get excited when class. Sweet. That's what you live for. That's what you competitively.
That will be 1,920 XP each. So just like that, as the combat fades away, you still see more of these similar demons and devils fighting each other. Lower class demons and devils fighting each other in the distance. Hordes upon hordes upon hordes of them. And you just sail.
That happen very often?
Merenloth doesn't speak. And you've noticed that they don't actually say anything.
We lost Seb again.
The Merenloth doesn't speak. And
Speak at all.
you notice that they haven't spoken unless it's something like important, but they don't make any small talk whatsoever.
Alright. It was worth the try. I mean, I'm a bard.
They continue on, taxiing you guys down the river. Another hour passes. Oh, I usually keep track of these as well. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this is hour 4. Let me just make a note of that.
Can you put where we are on the map?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I was looking at these. Yes, the party would be very obvious.
Suddenly, things start teleporting in all around you guys next hour. And, again, the Merenloth are keeping a distance of about 30 feet. I'm going to move you guys up a little bit more. Obviously, this is not an exact depiction of the river Styx. You guys have gone for another couple of miles.
They all look the same.
It does all look the same. But life is like a dream. You do know that.
Exactly, yes.
Alright, so you're about 30 feet away from each other. And 8 creatures teleport in around you guys. Each one of them a devil with purple skin. Each one of them with a disgusting, writhing beard. And each one of them with a big glaive. And they're bearded devils. They come to attack you guys. Doesn't really make sense because you know that you're supposed to be here and these guys are definitely native to this plane. So you don't know why you're under attack by them. But they definitely come in. As soon as they teleport, they sort of jump in the air and charge at you with these writhing, gnarled beards and vicious looking glaives. This is Devil Land. All of the 9 hells is Devil Land. If you're going to go to after demons, you go into the abyss. It's completely different. The only reason that demons are here is because they're fighting devils. Whoops! I just clicked the wrong thing, and whoops! I just keep clicking everything wrong. Okay, Rocky. Oh wait. Did these guys... Why did these guys not appear? You guys can see them, right?
Yes. Just, they're flat-footed.
They rolled initiative for them, but for some reason it's... I know why. Let me fix it up. Because... Oh, here we go. Alright. Let me see if this is going to fix it.
That's me. Yeah, someone's getting excited, real excited right now.
They sort of yell out to you, "Stop that!" Okay. Sorry, there's a technical error here. Let me. There's a quick technical error I got to fix up. It's just like basically a Roll20 glitch. How's that? Alrighty, Rocky. You're up first.
Are there people seeing them on the initiative thing? I'm not yet.
Oh, just wait. No, they just completely disappeared. Let me try again. There we go.
I don't mind them being slow on initiative. I really don't.
Man, what is going on with these guys? I'm just gonna get rid of them and get new ones. These guys are broke.
Yeah, we did it.
These guys.
Hey, we won. How much XP did we get?
Let's try this again. Okay. Bearded Devils. Back. And I'm gonna roll initiative, and there's not I can't do nothing about your boat, you're just gonna have to swim. Everyone save or die. I'm just gonna snap everyone to the grid as well, so you're in an actual square. Here. Alright, Rocky. Okay, you do that, and they are not paying any attention to that. They see it, and they seem to know what it is, but they still seem to attack. And they also just yell something back out in Infernal. We follow Zariel. Consider this your test. It's all bright light. There's like, oh yeah. Also, in the time you've been here, you've seen like massive fireballs just like screeching across the sky as well, and the river. Yeah, little bits of ruin can cast shadows and dim light. Beard police. And that hits. 15 plus sneak attack, 33 points. He is shredded quite badly from that. He's also pretty shredded as well if you look at his handout. That hits. And you slice him for 11. That hits as well. And when you impact him, he just sort of sinks into this purplish ooze, devilish ichor that just seeps into the ground. Alright, the bearded devil just leaps onto this boat, and his beard starts lashing around towards you, Rocky. It's like it's got a mind of its own, whipping around. He swings his head and you block those attacks, and then he comes in with his glaive, and he misses. Did you want to opportunity attack him, Krosk? Glaive powers for life. There can only be one glaive, buddy. That hits. I didn't even see the damage. How much is it? It hasn't come up yet. Yeah, that hit. Yeah. Alright. 13 slashing damage. You slice into him. These guys aren't too tough. And yeah, he ends his turn there as well. He's stuck. Juliet.
Have we fought these guys before?
I think so. Dragon Heist. Yeah.
We fought these before, right? So do I remember if these are resistant or immune to fire?
Alright, you know that any creature native to this plane, any devil is immune to fire.
They are devils, so they
Yeah.
would be immune to fire.
Yeah.
Alright. And then so for lightning bolt, they have to touch the creature, right? Like the line has to touch.
Yeah, I think lightning bolt is like a foot, only like a foot thick. So, yeah, you have to like basically draw a line through them.
Sorry, I'm just trying to read the.
Oh, it's 5 feet long. Yeah. So yeah, 5 feet long. So yeah, basically you have to draw a line through them.
Yeah, so like I can't do this and hit like.
Oh yeah, you have to. You got to do it on the grid. That would be like taking up like 10 feet basically. Just keep in mind these guys. They're controlling a 5 foot area, but they're still about the size of a human. They're not 5 feet wide.
So yeah, it looks like the most I can hit is 3, which doesn't seem worth it. So I'm just going to twin. I'm just going to twin chill touch this guy and probably the clip.
Okay. This chill touch. It's got a range, right?
Yeah, I think it.
Is it 120? Or is it 60?
It's 120. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be in range.
Yeah.
So this one that's already damaged and the closest one to me.
Alrighty.
So this one is the closest one to me first, followed by the far.
That hits for 25 necrotic damage. The skeletal hand just like sticks into him. And the other skeletal hand, it just goes straight into the river. Waves goodbye.
Bye. Alright. Bye, Felicia. Alright. I guess that is my turn.
Alright, this devil's going to jump onto the boat as well. And he's going to go for you, Krusk. There can only be one glaive person. He swings at you, and he actually hits. As he hits you, there's something with this blade. You need to make a con save. It's a vicious wound. You do take... Yeah, constitution save. You do take 11 slashing damage also. Alright, you resist that down to 5, and the glaive, is not magical. And whatever this sort of wounding property is, you completely ignore it. And then he sort of whips his head around with his beard attached to his head. And just for clarification, his beard is attached to his head. He misses. He misses with that. It's one of those kind. Alright, this Mariloff is just like quite patient, and he just waits. He's not the New Yorker Mariloff. Alright, this Mariloff, however, he just turns around and brings up his oar. Off! Get off! 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 And he tries to hit the bearded devil. And he hits. For 10 slashing damage. The oar seems magical as well, and it cuts through the bearded devil.
That's what I was thinking.
Alright, this bearded devil charges you, Maharu, screeching across the ground, and he uses his face beard on you. The face beard misses, and then he lurches at you with a glaive, and that misses. Alright, this bearded devil is going to use his action to summon a bearded devil. And it's a 100% chance. Because he's on Avernus. So another bearded devil appears right next to Juliet and Ivan, and he rolls initiative. Alright, that guy joins on 3. He just sort of yells, "Roar!" And just as they teleported in, another bearded devil teleports there.
Get a little club at 3 so you can get in line.
Alright, this bearded devil is going to dash into this boat. That's his turn done. The next bearded devil up here, he's going to run over and he's going to give Corwin some love. He's going to use his nose beard and his glaive. And both of those attacks miss. Alright, this Marinloth maneuvers onto the boat. Off, 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 off! He just starts swinging with his oar. Scoundrel! Hits for 5 damage. Ivan.
Okay.
Well, the boat's turn.
So, I hit this guy, Eldritch Blast, the mission of knocking him into the river.
Something happened with the boat. Threw me in the river.
Wait, where did you go? Oh, there you are. Okay, you hit him with a 15 for 8 force damage, and you push him back.
Does the river seem to do anything to him?
Alright, the river sticks. When he falls into it, he is going to see what happens. He's affected, and he just starts drooling. And just sinks down into the river. They seem completely affected like the river Styx as the devil demons are.
This one. Forward.
That hits him for 9 force.
Push him back 10 please.
And he goes off. When that happens, he also just becomes completely useless in combat.
And I shoot one. Actually, my broom gonna move right here. My broom we can fly as long as we stay near the boat. Was that correct?
Yeah.
So right there, and hit this guy twice.
That hits for 15, and you push him back 10 feet. You,
Hit him and push him back 10 feet.
Alright, you hit him again, and when that happens, he just gives up on life.
And I'm feeling really good right now. Thank you.
Krusk. You got 3 bearded devils with glaives facing you and saying there can only be one glaive person. Clearly hypocrites.
Clearly, with the extra attacks, is a shove just one of those attacks?
Sure is.
Well, and ironically, I'm not gonna eat the glaive now, but I'm just gonna try to shove this first guy right here. I'm gonna try to shove him right.
Alright, give us an athletics check.
Oh, sorry, that was strength. Sorry. Should actually be athletics.
I'm pretty sure he's going in.
You can fail.
Okay.
Alright, you knock him into the river, and he is a goner.
Alright, I'll do the same thing to the next one next to him.
Alright, this guy doesn't budge.
And so I was just going to make a copy statement, and then I'll use my third attack to try and knock it.
Alright. You hit him and he's going in. When he goes in, he just keeps swimming and nothing happens to him. He seems to be able to resist.
Really? Well, then I'll stick a blade.
Okay. He brings up his glaive. You go glaive to glaive. There can only be one.
Okay, I'll try to butt end and then stick my butt end in his eyeball.
That hits. Alright, you whack him for 12 damage. Corwin.
Just because I can, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay. Which one's he hitting?
I'll shoot the flavor here.
Okay. And
This one right here.
okay, these two buddies, the Glaive brothers. And both of them hit. Not seeing any damage though.
It's 24 and 16.
Alright, the first one hits. They seem pretty resistant. And the second one hits. Also resistant. Sort of the magic somewhat fades away around them.
I will forbid it here.
Okay. Alright, at the start of this round, something happens. The two of the bearded devils, they just sort of climb up on the boats out of the river. Two near Ivan and Juliet, and they still seem to be alive, but they just sort of look and drool. And
That sucked. I don't feel as cocky as I used to.
they seem to still be alive, but they did take damage. But they still seem to be able to function somewhat. They do look like, yeah, something has happened to their minds, though. They don't seem too intelligent. Rocky. That hits. For 26 damage, he just bursts into Devil Ichor and fills the boat. Yeah. Maharu. The only shadow in the entirety of Avernus. That hits. Alright, you slice him for 15 points. Another 14 from Sneak. That hits. For 18, and that hits as well. It's really lagging. Do you see the damage? Oh, alright. You hit him with that small combo and he just collapses into ooze. Juliet. This guy is looking at you feverishly like there's something seriously wrong with him. He just sort of makes noises. And then his eyes are all bloodshot and yeah, he looks strange.
Are these guys wearing metal?
No, they are unarmored. They just have like ripped purple flesh.
Hell yeah, they're ripped. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and... Thinking about this. Yeah, what the hell. I'm going to, like, fly over to here. And I'm actually going to, twin, shock and grasp this one, then this one.
Alrighty.
First one.
You grab him for 14 lightning damage. You shock the reaction out of him.
And then the second one downstairs.
And another 18 lightning. Both of them are just blown back, and they don't really like sort of react in any sort of angry way or anything. They just sort of are just thrown back, and they just make this strange noise.
Alright, and then I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to, like, float like a ray.
Okay. Alright, this bearded devil is getting hurt from the river Styx. But he doesn't just give up like the demons. He crawls back into the boat. And there's something seriously wrong with him as well. He uses his butt beard on Rocky. Finally, the butt beard comes out. That misses. And then a glaive attack at Krusk. And that misses. He's just like a wild animal at this stage. Alright, this Marin Loth, he tries to hit this this devil here. Get out, out, out! And he whacks him for 10 slashing damage. He just causes the devil to just collapse and ooze off the side of the boat. This one, he also moves over and he uses his aura on that bearded devil. Whoops, I've got to do the attack. Might help. He hits for 8 slashing damage. Looks like the Marin Loth only really... What's that? That would be a Aurora Borealis. This devil runs at you, Maharu, screeching. Uses his glaive first. And that misses. And he uses his ear beard and misses. Meanwhile, Corwin, your guy just starts like taking off without you. Just starts like floating down the river. Ivan. That hits. Alright. You push him back and he falls in. And what's going to happen? You guessed it. He turns into a vegetable. And you just see him just scream and he just dissolves into the river. It kills him.
Okay. I'm only seeing two devils left, right?
I think that's it.
Just gonna shoot one on. That other one. One.
You said the one on Maharu, right?
Yeah, one on
Okay.
Maharu.
That hits for 6. That hits for 8.
And my last one.
That hits him just for 14 force damage.
Yelling, "We got your back, Maharu!" So I make sure that he's in front. And I'm done.
Krusk.
Right, so I look at the bearded devil in front of me and cock an eyebrow and say, "That's not a glaive. This is a glaive."
Alrighty, he just explodes like before you even hit him. Just sees the glaive.
Ouch.
29 slashing.
Half-orc for polite.
Everything dead.
It's one left.
I'll never get there.
Corwin.
So I'm going to use this opportunity to fly over to the boat. Better, more comfortable. I'll make it to the back. Then while I'm comfortably seated, I'm comfortably sitting, I'm going to help Mahara.
That hits for 7. You hit him again for 11. And that third beam comes over and pops him. Sprays across the ground. And that's all of the bearded devils. Right. You see jutting out of the ground here, another one of these massive looking portal things, Mahara, and there are these red glowing runes carved into them. You can like climb onto them like a bridge, and the boat comes by and you can just drop down onto it. Okay, easy. You guys get 930 XP each. Some of the lower forms of devils.
Yeah, think about how much we would be getting otherwise.
They're certainly the lowest form of creature fighting, devil and demon fighting each other around this area. And
Although you guys know I really enjoy pushing those things.
you can,
We should have all our encounters on rivers to turn you into
To where I'm actually, wait, you're trying to say is to where I'm actually useful?
No. Did I say that?
Yeah. So here's a question: when we're on the river while we're traveling, can we try to take a short rest?
no. While you're on the river, it's too intense. The smell, the pervasive evil, and just
Well, Deb,
Unmute.
Yeah, you're on mute again.
I don't know why. I don't know why that's happening. But anyway, I'll look into it later. So yes, while you're traveling, you cannot take a short rest. The pervasive evil, the smell, and the constant danger makes you feel too uneasy to truly relax and let your guard down enough to rest. You need to get out, and obviously then the Merenloth will just leave without you. So you need to find somewhere to maybe convince the Merenloth to stop and rest. But at the moment, you've been it was like 6, yeah, so it's like 2 days.
yeah, they're going real slow.
Yeah, they're going really slow.
These are sharp oars, so they don't splash. They cut right through the, but they have to be sharp. Okay, alright.
You continue on down from the river Styx, and you're still seeing evidence of the fight. But as you're, the blood war, as you're going down the river now, you find something else. It's you don't get ambushed by devils or demons. There is something that catches your eye. A body. A body. There is the body of a dead adventurer lying along the banks of the river Styx. Alright, you would have to jump off the boat, and then you can fly off the boat and then quickly catch up. Alright, you continue along, and I need you to roll me an investigation check. Rocky. He's kitted up in armor and weapons. You jump off and check him. All right, you try to search the body, right? And you do a really quick search because you know the boat's going without you. All right, you try to bring the body back, and the Marinloff says, "No, toll for two. Toll for two," and he holds up that infamous oar. Alrighty, you try to unfold the portable hull, and it doesn't unfold. The extra-dimensional space created by the portable hull does not open at all. You don't know if that's because that's Avernus in general, or just because you're on the River Styx. Alright, so someone else can try and jump out, but Rocky, you struggle just to get back onto the boat on time.
Yeah, sure. I'll fly over and try. I'm not great at investigations, but I'm right here. So.
Alright. I'm going to say by this time, Crush, your boat's sort of already gone without you. I'll say like one person per boat can try. Alright, Ivan, you jump out and try to search the body as your boat goes by. Give me an investigation. Alright, you actually find some nice stuff, Ivan. I'm going to have you roll me a D100. Alright, he's just wearing like mundane chainmail. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, tell me I'm getting that legendary item I wanted.
Ooh. Let me have a look. It's definitely going to be something good, I can guarantee you that.
Those make me nervous. Oh, yeah, those are.
You owed a Holy Avenger from like 6 months.
Alright. Yeah, definitely. I've got to check this.
Who's Sim again?
Damn, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still. So, as your massive gout of flame opens up and swallows you inside, you're dead. Good night. No, I'm joking. So now I'm trying to look through. Oh, I don't have the down. I don't have. I was looking at just a table. I just realized I don't even have it here. So let me take a quick look at your investigation result, so I can determine exactly what you're going to get. But it looks like it doesn't want to load. Okay, so man, this is annoying. What's going on here? 22. So here we go. Finally, it finally worked. All right. On the body, you find it's all right. A little vial with some viscous, milky white substance in it. It's definitely a magical unguent. You can identify it through the rest of this trip. You don't need to. Alright, it does have a little padlock on it, and it's sovereign glue. It has 5 ounces. 5 ounces of sovereign glue. So you can basically set like anything. with it. It glues anything together. It can only be broken with universal solvent, oil of etherealness, or a wish spell.
Yep,
So-
muted.
Alright, yeah, I've got no idea why this is happening. Maybe I set up a shortcut or something accidentally. But basically, it's sovereign glue, so you can glue anything together. It can only be unglued with a wish spell, oil of etherealness, or universal solvent. So if you want to glue someone's, like Corwin, maybe you want to glue Rocky's mouth shut. There you go.
Oh my god, why didn't you give me that idea?
I got mage hand. And that. All I need.
Alright, you guys are going to love the final random encounter that you get for the night. Remember how I said there were all these fireballs screeching down? There's a very small chance of this happening. But you guys are hit by a meteor swarm.
Oh, joy.
Yes. It hits the first boat and it also hits the first person in the second boat, which is Maharu. A massive screeching, like you've seen these fireballs screech across the sky, and just a massive it hits the Merenloth as well, and it's a full-on meteor swarm, as in the meteor swarm spell. So welcome to Avernus. Rocky, Krusk, 2 Merenloths and Maharu have to make dexterity saves. Merenloths have advantage. Alright.
Dominable, do I get to know whether I succeed before I, yeah, it's, well, it's
If you fail, yeah, you do fail with a 14.
I'll go ahead and try again.
Alright, both the Merenloths sort of look up and they just sort of point, meteor swarm, and it crushes down and just destroys the Merenloths completely and destroys the boats. Am I muted again? No.
Now you're good now.
Yeah, you heard that right. Both the Merenloth get destroyed, and so do their boats. Instantly destroyed. So it's 20d6 fire damage and 20d6 bludgeoning damage. A 17 still fails, and you are hit for 130 points of damage, Krusk. Rocky, you need to make a dex save. You didn't make? Oh, you made one. You failed. All right, Rocky, you're also hit for 130 points of damage. All right, both boats are destroyed, and Rocky and Krusk, Corwin and Maharu, you also need to make another dex save now to dive onto the bank of the river Styx.
Can I just fly?
Well, the boat's destroyed, so the dex save, we can fly over, you still need a dex save to react quick enough. And Maharu, you evade, you just like literally just tumble out before the meteor swarm even hits. You avoid all damage with evasion. Alright, Corwin, you managed to fly onto the bank, and Rocky and Krusk, you'll need to make dex saves as well to dive onto the bank.
I use my boots to fly, or that's what you just said.
Yeah. Basically, the dex save is not to see like if you jump or fly; it's to see if you react quick enough, and you guys do. All right, you spill out onto the banks, and now Ivan and Juliet's boat sort of starts just going past you guys, but something happens. The Merenloth are not destroyed. The boats start picking themselves back together, piece by piece. They repair, and the Merenloths come back with them. They use their lair actions to repair themselves, and they basically come back to life. But the configuration now has changed, and Ivan and Juliet are leading the fray, and Krusk and Rocky are left gravely wounded.
Well, a little bit bruised. Well, much good, really.
You guys get 1500 XP just for enduring that.
Can I get back on the boat?
Yep, as the boat, it heals itself pretty quickly. We're talking like 3 rounds basically, and that's basically by the time. Yep. So sorry about this as well, guys. I'm gonna fix it. I've got no idea something must have happened when I restarted my computer, like a shortcut or something. But basically, you guys get 1500 XP for enduring that, and the boats, they reform within a matter of like 3 or 4 rounds. Basically, by the time the first boat, Juliet and Ivan, has overtaken you guys, the boats and the Merenloth have reformed, and you can jump back on.
I got a bit of that stuff myself in Survivor, so can I just put myself up to just keep adding 8 hit points? Like, assuming that a few turns are done.
It should be fine. That works passively. It always refills you up, does it? I think.
Each turn, if you have no more than half, well, a technical reading, if you have no more than half, so depending where I start, I might actually get to possibly 7 over.
Alright, yep. You regain hit points equal to 5 plus your con mod. If you have no more than half your hit points left. So basically it'll just fill you up into half. That's the ability there. I think you sort of shortcutted some of what it said, but yeah, that's the actual ability there. Alrighty, you guys continue on down the River Styx, and we'll pick it up here next week as you continue on. We'll see what happens on the 7th hour of travel. You start to see ruins on either side of the bank now, ruined buildings. You could imagine that you're going to rest at some stage. You need to sleep. Yeah.
Hey, does anybody know what XP is when you get stopping it?
Let me see. It is 305,000.
Okay, thank you. Okay, just curious.
All right, you guys continue down, and we'll see how you fare as you head into the Shield Legions next. You are probably looking for a place to rest. There are a lot of ruins around. Perhaps there is a ruined building named Ribcage. Perhaps there's a place named Ribcage that you can rest at. You can rest at Tiamat's lair. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the first session of the new campaign. Thank you guys very much.
Hey, before anybody leaves, I just wanted to just a proof thing for the when I was going through the party loop last night. There were some items that I put that maybe we want to put on the Flying Castle, but I didn't want to arbitrarily do it. I just wanted to make sure everyone was good with that. One was the Claw of the Weir Maroon, but Ender brought up that if that we might have wanted to just keep it because it's a dragon thing.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, why would we don't gain anything from leaving that stuff in the castle?
Well, reason is because you can basically you put all three of those items that I have on there. If you guys are already on them, they're things that you can put in a location. So the cloud, the wind room, basically like you put it on a location has a 100-foot radius, and then it like makes it so that dragons can't fly more than 10 feet. Oh, and that's the other thing is, yeah, you just put it into the ground. It's an 8-hour process, and it just applies to the castle. And then